each other. Ain't no hiding. See, we came up from the bottom, me and squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this, wave till they see sick. Do it right the first time, they all try to remix. Yeah, they grinded, but we grinded different. Tell them they time is ticking, but we time a fish. Bet not leave a minute, stop it. Something like the goat off in that pocket. Whole squizzy riding with me, who gon' stop it? My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no hiding. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no hiding.
It's week 9 of the National Football League. And up next is Darius Slay, who's had quarterbacks numbers all season, coming down with 7 picks. It's the Eagles and the Texans on Thursday night.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, we start Week 9 with a prime-time matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Victory, they've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start, but I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
Of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
Touchdown, Texans! Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. comes the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Miles Sanders first carry of the game. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both field. But, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield. But also, when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this up to midfield. It's a second down run with Sanders. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. This defense not budging, back-to-back carries in just 2 yards.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. On second down, here's Pierce. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Here's Smith to return it. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The first carry now for Rex Burkhead. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Pierce now up the middle. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. That's returnable now for Smith. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders. Another run with Sanders. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Just Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that? Who
are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Nifty move. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 50 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Flushed out right. It'll be a loss of 13 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They're going to look to throw. Eluding and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the side.
Well, this defense has to feel good because they've now brought down one of the faster quarterbacks in the game multiple times. That defensive unit, they're letting us all know they get paid too. They're no slouches themselves.
Now the former Vol, Michael Pilardi. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. So here are the Texans to take over. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at the 20. They'll get things started with a carry by Pierce. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Throwing, Mills. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mills now. He'll get this. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Eagles have recovered. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. We're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere, the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8. The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's He's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. We're trailing here in the first half still, but maybe, Charles, that'll help them get some momentum back. First the forced fumble, and then they're able to get a field goal out of it.
And down in the game, they came out and created their own opportunity on one side of the ball and did get points out of it, as you mentioned. Complimentary football right there as they try and bring this one back to even.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. Houston set to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. And that's complete to Cooks. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. To throw, Mills. Got a man. It's Collins complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Mills. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Mills. They dial up the screen here to Burkhead. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Mills again. He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. To throw again on 2nd down. Again, he finds Moore. Add on to their advantage. Looks over, but he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this is caught. It's Brown. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 4. And once again, this is Sanders. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll move him back within 6 now. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there as they'll get set to tangle with the Minnesota Vikings. Then later, they'll let the sun die down a bit in Tampa. A late start here in Florida, where it'll be the Buccaneers taking on the LA Rams. And then finally, Monday Night Football. The Ravens and Saints down at the Superdome at 8:15 Eastern Time. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Devontae Smith now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it, and the running game is starting to pay off.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 20-yard line. Off the play fake, Mills. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, here's Mills. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mills. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing just outside his own goal line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded at the 20. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline bounce. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans will take over. Houston's offense taking over again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Mills to throw it. Gets the dump off to Pierce. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now back to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. And that flag accepted. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, You have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 2.
A 2nd down run for Burkhead. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. The offense on 3rd down tonight. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you just hold a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They go play action here on 1st down. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll get this up to right around the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 right around the 9-yard line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys with great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run with Sanders off the option. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from home. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal, Philadelphia.
They'll run here with Gainwell. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Sanders. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. Sanders again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. It'll be called a gain of 2, and now leaving with some options here on 4th and inches.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. Fourth quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. Oh, they'll run the option right. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback. And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this fourth. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the 31, Mills. Got a man. It's Collins complete. That one a first down pickup of 8. A first down throw for Mills. That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. From the 45 on second down, Mills. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense. Mills throw taken in there by Cooks. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Mills. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. Hand off right side to Pierce. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Dancing to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A run for Pierce out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ballgame, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers. So now the Eagles down 17-15. A minute 12 to go. Their undefeated season, it's in danger unless they can score here as they've got a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Back to throw. Into the hands of Sanders. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll look to throw. And once again, this is Sanders. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline. But out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. What did you see on that one? Rookie mistake or just good defense? It was a combo play, but the rookie quarterback, he'll take it all on his shoulders, and the frustration level is evident. You can see it with him. You know, if that's a veteran quarterback, he walks off like he just threw a touchdown pass because he doesn't want to show that to the defense. The young guys, they take it more to heart. It's on their sleeve a little bit. He'll learn as he goes along how to hide his emotions.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
We all just got a heck of a show party. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome's in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting, but in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for Houston, they snap out of their doldrums and improve to 2-6 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Giants next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the perfect season was apparently not meant to be as they drop to 7-1. And they will be back home next week for a date with the Washington Commanders.